Hey guys, I'm back with another reading lesson. Um, we're coming to the end of this unit about called Readers Have Big Jobs to Do. We have a couple more lessons. So this lesson is using everything that you know, all the tools that we've learned to make your reading the best that it can be. And only when you use all the tools that we learned are you really in charge of your reading. So when you get stuck on a word, a hard word, or a hard part that you don't understand, you can use all the tools to get the job done and keep going. So you have to work on figuring out the hard parts and the hard words quickly so you can move on. So I'm going to show you in this book, Henry and Mudge and the Forever Sea by Cynthia Ryland. I'm going to attach a copy of the 2 pages I'm going to read, and I want you to listen to me read it the first time, and then I'm going to think about what I can do to fix up those hard parts. The white film rushed around their legs. They laughed and hoped and ran. A big wave kicked Henry down. He rolled all the way back to shore. Okay, now I'm going to think about, there were some words that I had trouble with that I had to stop, where I slowed down. And what could I do to solve those words so that I can figure them out quickly and move on? I could think about what's happening in the story. I could look at the pictures. I could look at all the parts of the words. I could read the words part by part. I could think of another word that might fit in place of the tricky word. I have lots and lots of tools that we have learned, but I need to use everything that I know to get the job done quickly. Okay, you have to use the tools for solving tricky words and the tools for understanding the story that we just learned. Now watch me read it again, and watch how I solve the words quicker and move on. The white foam rushed around their legs. They laughed and hopped and ran. A big wave knocked Henry down. He rolled all the way back to shore. Okay, you see how I glanced at the picture? I was thinking about, after the first time I read it, what was happening in the story. The picture helps me with that. I was sounding out all the parts, like in the word kicked, I said kicked instead of knocked. So I read through the whole word. I said film instead of foam. So I used a lot of those tools, and I used everything together. You have to put everything together, and when you do that, you become a more powerful reader, and you can fix your problems quickly and move right on to the next part. Remember, if you come to a hard word that you can't figure out or a hard part that you don't understand, you have to stop and reread and use all of those tools that you learned, okay? Now you try it out in your books. Try to use everything that you've learned together. Put everything together, okay? And I'll see you next time.